So you don't eat crystals? Huh?
Crystals, Keisha?
Do I still eat it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't? Is that what you're saying?
I never ate crystals until I moved to Atlanta, and I had it one time. That was it.
So you don't need chili cheese fries in your life?
I will say,
Really
I think people don't eat crystals. Their thing uses they're like, oh, my stomach. You definitely need some conditioning for crystals.
Listen, the biggest mistake I ever made, I had me 2 chili cheese puffs. Come on now. 2 crystals and some chili cheese fries and hopped on a flight. It was the worst flight I ever took.
That's crystals?
My stomach was distraught. I said, boy.
Frito, if you don't know, a chili cheese puff is a mini chili dog with cheese on it.
Come on now.
And I remember when they first debuted. So we old school. We know when Crystals used to only sell crystals. And so in about the mid-90s, they started like, okay, we got to do stuff on our menu. So they put Crystal Chicks, the chicken sandwiches, the chili pups, the chili cheese fries, and the corn pup, was like mini corn dogs.
Yeah.
And yeah, man.
I ain't never had no corn pup.
You used to be able to get in. You used to be able to like pick 5 for $5.
You still can do that. That's what we did last night.
You still got to pick 5?
Absolutely.
I'm so glad there's no crystals here. I'm so glad.
Come on now.
I was just about to say, you used to be able to go in with $5.
Do that right now.
And eat good.
Yeah. And they've added tater tots. Come on, Chris.
They got tater tots at Crystal.
And donut holes.
Oh, it's over with it. See, I don't need this.
I love him. This not on life. Let me tell you, me and Robin was so excited because they were building this building on like right when you get off interstate towards our home, and we were like, oh dang, like it's about to be a new restaurant because they put a Moe's and a Checkers right off the exit. And we're excited, all right, because we've been tearing that Checker down. So then they put a third building up, and should we trying to get? We were like, man, it's gonna be a Crystal. We was excited. Man, it's a damn oil shop. Who needs? Boy, we need Crystal, okay?
Oil shop.
We need $5 oil change. Boy, on. I ain't need that.
Y'all got the Checkers. Y'all got the
Checker. Let me tell you something. Checker, to me, is the best fast food restaurant.
Wow.
Whoa. Checkers Keisha, I can't say Checkers.
Keisha, those are some strong words, Keisha.
We're talking about in burgers
for burgers.
Points. Checkers is top tier. And I don't know what else y'all finna dispute it with.
So you saying that Checkers is the best burger joint?
Absolutely.
Okay, where does this line drop? Is Five Guys in the category, or is Five Guys
ain't bad food? You got to go in the establishment. About pulling up to somebody drive-through window, chucking the sack at you. Checkers is top tier.
Wow.
I am going to make an argument for Wendy's.
Nah.
Wendy's.
The patty too thin. It might be all beef. It might be all beef, but you're going to need 3 patties.
That damn singles come correct. And their bacon is on point.
Wendy's bacon is incredible.
Wendy's got the real pork belly. I'm not disputing. But when everybody else was like 4 for $4, I'm going to give you a fry, a nugget, a little sandwich. Checkers put 2 burgers in the bag.
They did, yeah. It's real. I got, and their fries are undisputed.
Listen, ain't nobody got no better fry.
Other than Arby's.
Arby's $72 though.
Arby's has gotten expensive over the years.
It's been expensive. I ain't got nothing. You gotta go to Arby's with a check.
See, when you said Checkers, I was like, I could go to Checkers, give me a large fry and a Coke and be content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they fries is probably
they have the, other than Arby's, they have the best fries in the business.
You know?
You don't need no ketchup, you don't need no condiment for them fries. They
started selling wings at Checkers too.
What?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. No got no check a mozzarella stick, boy. Damn meal within themselves.
You know what? You might be winning me over.
Hey.
So okay, what Wendy's had.
The ice cream machine be working?
Yeah, the ice cream machine is, yeah.
Dude, you crazy.
This is my argument for Wendy's. And I know I'm about to get dissed for this, so I'll take it.
Okay.
Come on.
Wendy's makes a good salad.
I mean, Wendy's #2 for me because
you can get a good salad.
They got avocado. They chopping up avocado.
They chopping up avocado.
And the chili. Wendy got real chili. Everybody else ain't putting beans in their chili. They want food.
Yes.
Wendy got the bad chili.
Yes.
Wendy #2 on my list now. Now I ain't know.
Okay. I'm okay with this. I will say if you lived in Texas, there would be a strong argument for Whataburger, but I don't think you've had Whataburger before.
I don't think I've had.
I think I had Whataburger, and I had In-N-Out in LA, and I was so disappointed.
In-N-Out is overrated.
In-N-Out, I love me some In-N-Out, boy.
I thought it was okay, Frito. I'll be real.
Wow.
Ain't doing
it was okay. Now look, if someone took me there, I would eat it, and I'd be like, "Oh, let's go." It's not like I'm dissing it, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just
not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's good, but I think the way it was hyped up, I thought it was going to be like this eye-opening experience. But that's like everybody is about their hometown food. Like you go to Texas, and someone's going to take you to a Whataburger.
Yeah,
and they're going to look at you like, "How you like the ketchup?" Because they're proud of their ketchup there. And
yeah.
What do you feel about Hardee's?
Ooh. Let me tell you something about Hardee's.
Oh, you know what?
Hardee's is a heart attack in a bag. Hardee's might be the most underrated. Because if you know about Hardee's or Carl's Jr., depending on where you live in the country, that's a real burger you're getting. That's a slab. So yeah, Hardee's on the list, but you can't eat Hardee's. Hardee's like once a month.
I didn't change some children's lives with Hardee's because they were like, "Take me to McDonald's, take me to the McDonald's." When you take your child home, I'm like, "Boy, we finna go to Hardee's," and they had never heard of it. And I on that Frisco burger.
Oh, that sourdough burger. Oh, the sourdough. Oh yeah, yeah.
Boy, it's just the whole experience. Checkers is winning, but if we go, who got the best burger? I would argue that the Frisco burger. It is like 1 or 2.
Yeah, that sourdough with the bacon. Yeah,
yeah.
They got real burgers too. Like they all, but you're gonna die.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna die. You can't eat that. That's not something you do every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone told you they go to Hardee's for breakfast every morning, like they on the short list.
Hardee's. Let me tell you what Hardee's did too.
Organ transplant.
Go ahead.
Hardee's brought back that hot ham and cheese, baby. You know, Arby's don't have it. Hardee's got a hot ham and cheese. They got about 4 pieces of ham on it. I ain't lying.
I remember Hardee's used to have this omelet burrito, and I never forget where.
You remember you told me how many calories in it?
Yo, it has like 2,000 calories in it. I'm not joking.
You can't eat for the
It was like 1,300 for real. It was like 1,300 calories. I'm like, who is starting their day with this? Who?
You got to lay down.
Like, yo, it was like, it was such an underrated store for me because when I remember seeing the commercial, it was like Hardee's, the new omelet burrito, and they like boom on the plate. Oh, that looked like about 2 pounds. So I'm like, okay, let me look up nutrition fact. Because I was about to grab one. I don't see what it's about. And very quickly I realized that, the way my diabetes set up, that ain't gonna work out for me.
Bro, see me, that when they first started doing that like calorie intake, when they first had to tell you what was in it. Willie sent me that junk like, man, Hardee's trying to kill folks.
1,300 calories.
You can't eat no more? You can't eat that for the rest of the day?
I was like, how?
It's over.
But then you realize the ingredients were like 3 eggs, 2 whole pieces of sausage.
The whole hog.
Bacon, ham. And just like cheese upon cheese. It is on a flour tortilla.
Oh my God.
Like, Who is starting their day off with this?
Trying to get my lights right.
You can't be there at 8 a.m. and go to work.
You got to lay down. You do. You're not going to be productive.
It's like going out for brunch every morning.
You're not going to be productive. You got to lay down.
Did a real one gonna chase that down with a Coke in the morning?
Listen, Cherry at that. Hardy got cherry.
Cherry Coke.
Hardy got cherry Coke. Hardy's and
They
Chuckles.
do.
Hardy's and Chuckles. They the only one that cherry Coke.
That's true.
Yeah, that's 1,600 calories for you to check in.
You got to go to sleep. You got to. You can't do nothing else.
I wonder if they still sell that. I'm gonna check that out.
Heck yeah,
I'm not gonna buy it. I'm
It's
not gonna buy it.
Hardy got a whole breakfast platter, and somebody might have ate it. I don't know if it was me. They got biscuits and sausage gravy, 3 pieces of bacon, cheese, egg. I ain't lying. I don't know who ate it. It might have been me. Grits. They got a whole breakfast platter, and I'm fooling with it. They got a gravy biscuit sandwich with ham in it. You can add cheese. I don't know who doing it. I might have did it one time. You got to lay down though.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Hardy's top 3 off of this alone. Frito, I'm sorry, man. We have totally gone off the rails.
I don't say we talking about y'all get focused.
All right. I'm gonna start it off and we're gonna go into it. So
I want all that recorded though. All of that we're gonna keep.
we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna
They
put
need
it
that.
out. 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the Frito and Willie show. Of course, I am one of your hosts, Frito Marsland, and we have your other host, your boy.
Willie Mac in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up?
Yo, today we got a special K guest. Your girl, one of my favorite people in my life. And of course, one of Willie's favorite people in his life.
Of course.
We got your girl, Tekeshia Hill, up in the building.
Boop, 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 boop.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hey everyone.
Yo,
Glad to be here.
Keisha, thank you very
up?
much for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yo, for the people who don't know who you are, please let them know.
Well, I am Tekeshia Hill, the little sister to the genius that is Willie Mack. I'm a high school educator, social studies, history teacher at the secondary level. Love my 11th, 12th grade babies. I also teach ethnic studies. I have an online moniker, The Hill Story, because I'm Hill, the history teacher. I do hip hop history. I rap through history. You know, in short, me and my kids have a good old time. I also have unprofessional development with my best friend and my cousin, which we basically offer. You know, professional development is usually very strict, and it's about developing yourself in the workspace. We're about developing ourselves after work. So I'm providing like fun activities, fun opportunities for our professionals. I also have The Hill Story, which is my brother and I. We are working on hip hop history children's books, so look out for that. And I have Classic Couture, which is a clothing line coming out for the casual professional, dropping this fall with my best friend Kristen Hurt. So that's what we got going right now.
Woo.
Wow, fire.
So much.
You know, I will say this, Keisha, you got a lot going on and you are an educator. You remind me of those teachers in high school or any grade whatsoever who just be the coolest, who you just want to just come through and hang out with.
Listen, I tell people all the time, a lot of people like are in this profession. And of course, people always say like teachers don't get paid, teachers don't make enough money. The thing is, we don't get paid enough for what we do. But you can monetize this profession. There's so many different ways in order to make what you're worth. Coaching, doing extracurricular activities, there are supplemental incomes. And at the end of the day, like you can always do something else. We have weekends off. I'm on spring break right now. We have winter break. We have we got a break. Every time you look around, they be like, you at the house? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we work 180 days a year. So there's plenty of time to do what it is that you want to do if you want to do other stuff. I tell people, I ain't leaving this profession. I love my job. I show up to work every day and like chop it up with folk children, and then I leave. I mean, to me, you know, I have a good time. So I don't know what everybody else doing on the clock, but me and the kids, we have a good time. So it is what it is. It is what you make it.
Yo, Willie, man, what you know? I know this is your sister, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, give me your thoughts when you see your sister living her best life.
I'm just happy, but I'm also not surprised because what everybody else is experiencing through Hill's story, this is what I had to grow up with from the jump. You know, my sister always was a performer. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if there was a elementary school play, you know, Tekeshia is going to be involved. And there is a talent show, you know what I'm saying? I still remember Tekeshia and a couple of friends performing on Shortest Swing My Way by KP. And when you're the older brother and you got a driver's license, you have sort of voluntold to be the transport for all of these contestants and the, you know, these team members. So I'm sitting watching their practices, you know, waiting for them to finish so I can start dropping these kids off at the house. So, yes. So singing, dancing. I mean, she was incredible as a band student, you know, editor of a high school paper, all the academic teams, student council, all those type of things. Tekeshia's always been someone who's been at the forefront of where's the action. Tekeshia's always going to be where the action is, but the other side of that though is also she's always about action. And so, like, you know, she's a very humble person, but if somebody needs something, if there's a child that needs mentoring, if there's someone who needs a college application help, if there's something like that, that's happening with Tekeshia, you know, and that's how she was growing up. Tekeshia was always trying to figure out ways to help out classmates, and now it's fitting that she's an incredible teacher. And she did not mention it, but I want to put it out there that you were the county I'm sorry, I wanted to say it right, but you won Teacher of the Year last year for your school, right?
Yeah, and I'm Teacher of the Year this year too, so in a row.
Rick Flair stuff, back to back, the two time.
Well, we in a Panasonic, so we ain't really vote. So, you know, you're like, 2 times in a row. I'm putting that on my doggone.
Hey, if it's on the resume, as long as you put it on the resume.
Yeah, hey, it's on the resume, baby. It is what it is.
You know, so none of this surprises me. I'm just really excited for her finding her lane, and then also widening her lane and realize there is no lane for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she can do whatever she wants to do. She is she's breaking rules. She's setting new trends. I'm just proud. I'm just proud to be associated with her. Oh, one thing she did not mention, just one more thing. She also is she is the originator and founder of the Putnam County Juneteenth celebration, where where 2 years she weren't able to do that in 2020, but in 2018 and 2019, she identified an issue in our small town of Edenton, Georgia, where a lot of our inhabitants or, you know, alum and, you know, so forth did not understand the history of Juneteenth, and there was no real central activity for the African Americans and people of color in our county to celebrate without the guise of other representation. And she allowed this opportunity where, so you have individuals that want to perform, yes, you know, we got singers, rappers, dancers, you know what I'm saying, but we also have individuals who are current proprietors and entrepreneurs, people who are thinking about being entrepreneurs, people that are trying to get in the game being an entrepreneur. And Tekeshia allows opportunity for a person to set up a t-shirt stand or set up a stand to sell they fried fish sandwiches or you know, or they fashion, all those type of things.
And really, like, that's like the crown jewel of my life. So
yeah, so I'll let you talk more about that, Tekeshia.
That's my proudest moment, for real.
Yeah, and the parade, have our own parade, and that may not seem like a big deal, but to see, you know, cars and floats of African Americans and people of color showcasing their talents, their clubs, their churches, their organizations, themselves, it's a beautiful thing. It's something that I never thought I would see growing up in Edenton, Georgia. And the fact that Keisha has started this, and to see what other incredible things are happening in this county, indirectly because of that. You know, like, it's just been a really great renaissance era in Putnam County lately. And Keisha is a big part of that.
Keisha, I gotta ask, what keeps your motor running like this to do all of this stuff?
Really, as an educator, like, I did not sign up to be a teacher. I thought my whole life I was going to be a lawyer. And that's why I always encourage young people to do job shadowing, because I actually shadowed a lawyer and I shadowed a judge, because that's what I really want to do, was to be this probate judge. And it was foolish. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. And my mom, being a veteran educator at the time, was like, just add the education. You in your third year of college, you're already poli-sci. Just add social studies education. It's not going to be super aggressive on you. You're not going to add any more classes, you know, because, you know, they would supplement each other. So, you know, basically your electives for this degree would be the core class and so on and so forth, because they were both social studies degrees. So long story short, I got a job working at our high school alma mater. And it really just, the first semester, I was like, this really is cool. Like, sometimes you don't know what space you're supposed to be in. And I fought it for like my first, probably like 5 years of education. I fought it and was like, this ain't where I'm supposed to be. But then I sat back and realized that everything I've ever wanted to do, I could do it through education. And then I'm building up these other young people to like really see what their path in life may be. And they were even assisting me. That's the one thing I love about teaching is, like, as much as I teach people's kids, I learn so much from my children. Like, I always love to dance, but my children were like, oh man, here you doing it. So I'm like, I'm about to start a dance company. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really just don't know. Like, my kids be like, oh, I like what you're saying. I'm like, oh, we about to put this in a club, you know? So a lot of my talents, I didn't even realize them until I got to be a teacher. And I had these young folks telling me like, you know, you good at it, Miss Hill. And I was like, you know, I never really thought about it. So.
I mean, you literally get you literally get focus groups every day.
Yeah, every day.
Just to test out your talents or your products.
I'm trying to tell you, like, even like with dressing, like stuff that you just do. Like, they were like, me here, you really be dressing? Do I be dressing?
You be dressing.
I started a clothing line. What? The kid said it. The kid said it. I'm with it. So, yeah.
So now I gotta ask this, because you're in an environment where status quo is normally how people go. Mm-hmm. What allows you to bring your own flair to the environment? What promotes that into your mind? And does some people, that would deter them to do that? They wouldn't do that, but you feel like you gung-ho to do it.
I mean, well, like I said, it's all about growth. And Willie and I honestly come from that. We come from a dynamic educator. We come from a dad that's, you know, always done his own thing, you know, always been about style. Our mother taught us, and she was a totally different teacher from everything that we had been exposed to. So, you know, I saw like an educator doing her own thug thizzle. I saw, you know, a professional doing his own thug thizzle. So, you know, I really got that from the house in terms of just being your own self. We were always encouraged to do what we want to do, dress how we want to dress, talk the way we want to talk. And it, you know, it's really about understanding yourself. You know, my second year, my longest teaching career establishment, the longest school that I was at, I was a Black teacher for a couple of years at that school. And, you know, just being an African-American in a field where we're not equally represented, but all of our students were Black, sometimes we'll shun ourselves and be like, you know, I don't want to do that because I don't want to come across as the loud Black woman or whatever. But then, you know, after being there for a year, I'm like, the kid need that. They need to understand that being who we are it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We have been so accustomed to going along with Eurocentric standards that it's like, why we can't be the standard? So when I started to understand that as a teacher, like, you're not going to tell me how to wear my hair like this, like, you know, color my hair. I didn't want to do any of that because I didn't want to come across as being the only Black representative in the space, I don't want people to be like, oh, that's hood, that's ghetto, that's country, whatever. They would subscribe to being Black. But then when I started to understand, like, this Black, and you're gonna get these long nails, and you're gonna get this country talk, you're gonna get this African American vernacular English, you're gonna get this blonde, red, pink hair, you're gonna get these eyebrows, these lashes, because some child is shunning themselves, trying to water themselves down because they feel like, you know, they can't be who they want to be. No, they need to see this. They need to understand you can do what you want to do and be who you be. So really it was about understanding myself, understanding what I want to represent. And, you know, one thing about being an educator is you are a role model, somebody looking at you. So I don't want to not be who I am, and a child is not expressing themselves in their absolute 100% self because they like, well, Miss Hill don't do that. Well, now we finna be loud in the country and crazy, and they just gonna have to get with it or get low. Cause they're really where it's at. Really, everybody want to be us. Be honest, people want to be like us. So it is what it is. Woo! So I really don't care, you know.
Yo, I know what county you're in. I know what county you're in. And I'm just wondering, when them folks started to see how you came through, what was their reaction?
I mean, really, like, my school has a lot of representation. I'm really blessed to be in the space that I'm in because so much diversity in my school in terms of the staff and everyone. Like I said, I feel like when you are your true self, people are going to either get with it or get lost. And I find that I feel like, you know, Willie and I, we've talked about this before, most recently, even with our parents, like, we just have that personality and we have that energy that people want to be around.
Agreed.
And I understand that about myself. Is like, people want to get with whatever it is that I'm doing. People want to be around with whatever it is that I'm doing. So I had to understand that my personality and just being myself is so magnetic. Why would I waver away from this? Why would I not be who I am? So I just find that a lot of people are just drawn to, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, somebody just being their true self. So whatever your true self is, you know, people like it. And that's why it is like, you can be who you are. You can be loud, crazy. You know, I see stuff I wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know I had the low fade today, braids tomorrow, a wig the next day. And at the end of the day, people like, they just go with it because it's like, people like, they're just Hill. That's who she is. And at the end of the day, like I said, I feel like a lot of people understand now that we need this representation. We really need this in these times. And I know it's a very tense time in our country, especially when we talk about understanding racial identities, understanding, you know, racial and even ethnic relations in this country. They've always been tense, but people are really stepping into that, you know, woke, whatever it is, protest culture. I'm with all of it. So whatever bring attention to the subject, however you want to bring attention, I'm just glad people talking about it now. And so I just feel like I give people that space and I give people that comfort to be like, you know, this is what it is.
Bet that up. Always appreciate it. Willie, you know what I'm saying, before I switch up to the next topic, don't know if you want to ask.
Oh man, yeah, no, man, this is great. This is great, man.
You know, this is the hip hop.
Like I said, I've witnessed this film, so this is great. I'm glad that more of the world is getting to understand and learn.
You know, what you have to say is real. You do have a personality that is electric, and it just attracts people to you. Like, that's why you are one of my favorite people to be around.
Well, thank you. Know? You're one of my favorites too. Virtual hugs. Yes.
Because of the hip hop show, I gotta ask, you know, how do you kind of incorporate hip hop into your space? How does it influence your whole dynamic?
Music is my love language. And we come from a very musical father. And so then I had my brother growing up, and we had remote control days. And on his day, it was Rap City. And so, like, I really got forced to watch it, and I got forced to appreciate a lot of things because I was always an R&B, you know, making him Escape, SWV, and Aaliyah tapes all the time. Michael Jackson, MC Hammers of the world. Well, I mean, MC Hammer was more like hip hop slash, it was a little soulful as well. But either way, like I exposed him to that aspect of music, and Willie really exposed me to hip hop. So it was really forced upon me. And then I just realized it was so, poetic. Like, I'm a lyricist. Like I'm listening to what people saying. And of course, I'm a trap music connoisseur. And I like a little twerkation. You know what I'm saying? I'm about the gyration of hips. So, being somebody who's always loved to dance, the beat drop on with it. So I started with, little Uncle Lou, little Two Live Crew. So I shouldn't have been listening to. But that showed me, you know what I'm saying? Because it would dance music, And then I moved towards, understanding like, I think the first hip hop artist that I was really drawn to was Biggie. I was like, man, he really speaking to me. You know what I'm saying? I love some Tupac as well. And then that's what really drove me. Like, it really was my brother motivating me and, really exposing me to hip hop. And I just began to love it so much so that, I incorporated into my learning. Like I said, I do hip hop history. I have some hip hop history songs because with students, everybody's going to learn differently. You have your audio learners, you have your visual learners. There are kids that I can just say the notes to and they get it. There are kids they have to write down every note. Then you have your kids that will hear, be drawn to it. So whatever works. And, music speaks to a lot of people. So I try to incorporate that as much as I can into my curriculum.
Set that up. Oh my gosh. This is lovely. And now, this brings me to the new single.
Yeah.
That you got popping out.
Yeah.
It's called Work Bestie, but I'll let you go ahead and talk more about that.
So the whole Hill Story moniker is so funny to me. The whole Hill Story presence. So I just have an online. It started as a teacher presence, just saying funny teacher stuff. And then I started just saying relatable professional stuff because we all really, wherever you work at, we really all going through the same thing. And so I started Freestyle Fridays probably 2 or 3 years ago. And I sort of kind of fell off. And honestly, my cousin Lisa came down. Willie and I, we lost our grandmother last month. And my cousin, after the funeral, was like, "Cuz, I love all your content. I be listening to everything." She was like, "When you gonna do another song?" And I promised her, I said, "When I get back home, write a song." And I have a friend at work, and I'm like, she's my work wife, where I really, we really do have a codependent relationship at work, whereas every club that I've started, she is my co-sponsor because I'm a creative. I have all the ideas. Baby, I'm not turning in no paperwork on it. I'm not looking at the rules. That ain't my ministry. I am the ideal person, okay? Period. That's what I do. And I realized that every time that I have transitioned jobs, I always have that person that is my co-sponsor that I work hand in hand with. So I'm like, I bet everybody has, and I asked my friends that were in, different professions, do you have somebody at work that you really lean on? Whether you write that email and it's a little rude and you need that homie to proofread it, to water it down. You got that friend that's picking up the Dunkin' because you be late for work, but you got a homie that come with the coffee and the bagels every morning. And you realize that everybody has that work relationship. So this single is shouting out to the work spouses, work best friends. It's just paying homage to the fact that, we're all in fields where you really can't operate without relationships at work. And, you got that work person, or you might have, I really got a work squad. You know what I'm saying? That really, we hold it together or whatnot. So I just wanted to, shout out the work besties across the globe. And I really love that song with Sweetie. I remember when I first heard it, I fell in love with it with Sweetie and Doja Cat. And then I saw the video and I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. But that is real because I feel that way about my best friends too. So I just wanted to shout out the work best friends. And
Willie, when you heard the song, what went through your mind, dog?
I was like, this another Tekeshia Hill Story classic, because this has always been her, writing stuff and writing songs. We would during that time we did the freestyle battle for Christmas. Like, so we invited our two younger cousins. I grabbed Robert, who's the boy twin, and she grabbed Rob, who's the girl twin, and we literally went to our respective corners and came back for the family and did like a battle session where we had our lines, and you know what I'm saying, like it was for real. Like we you know, so this is just, you know, it's a great thing when you can find a profession where you can actually highlight those talents. And so, yeah, so she told me she was writing something, and was crazy. Was, you know, like, this is serious. Like, she went to a studio. She got studio time. You know what I'm saying? She got her producer now. But she's like, calling me, like, how much should I be paying for studio time? I'm like, what is going on? Like, I got these bars I got to lay.
Shout out to you.
I remember when Freestyle first started, and you asked me how to write bars. Remember that conversation we talked about how writing bars?
Yes. Yes.
She was like, I want to write.
Like, what do people
I don't know when to stop.
16?
She's like, I don't know when to stop. And I was like, okay, let's talk about bar writing. And I think we use UGK Take It Off as the model. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, a bar stops when the sentence sort of stops. When you feel like he's taking a breath, it goes to the next line. Those are 2 bars. And I was like, most rap songs are 16 bars. So. Yeah. You know, and so they're like 8 couplets. And so she's you know, she understands that type of language. So she wrote one of our first Freestyle Fridays the next day. So, yeah.
Yo, when Willie told me the process, you took this serious. Like, you wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And I really didn't even realize I was that serious until I got to the studio. So shout out to the producer, TJ King, because we're going to do absolutely like, he was so excited. So I got there and I was like, he was like, what beat you want to use? Or do you have a beat? And I was like, I already got a beat. I sent the link to him or what. He's like, cool. And so I got into the booth and he started playing the music and I started rapping. He stopped the music. He was like, you've already written this down? I said, don't everybody come to the booth with this? He was like, what? Because I told my cousin, I was like, I think I should do 2 songs. She was like, because Robin has friends. And has been around a lot of people. She's been in the studio many times. And she was like, cause you're not gonna be able to do, I only rented the studio for I think 2 hours. She was like, it's gonna take you 2 hours to do your 1 song. So I was like, okay, cause this is my first time being in the studio, I didn't know. So long story short, did the song in 20 minutes. My boy was like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Cause you know, I didn't mess up because I had been practicing. You didn't wrote the song. You didn't practice the song and you come in here doing it flawless. So at this point, he like, man, go back in there and do some ad-libs. He did it all like mastering and mixing it. He did everything. He was like, usually like you would leave and I would master and mix it. He did it right there in my face. We still had an hour left. So we just started chopping it up. And I was like, oh, dang, how long do you think I should get next time? He was like, you should bring 3 or 4 songs. Like, you're good. Like, he was like, you should be doing this. Like, you ain't doing this. And I was like, no, it's my first time in the studio. He like, you should be doing this. Cause yeah.
And there you go, rappers, how you save on studio time.
Studio time. Don't bring your homies. Don't bring your homies.
He was like, folks be drinking, they gotta take breaks. I was like, no, like, you
gotta go to work tomorrow.
But I'm like, oh, cheat. I'm looking at it like, shoot, 2 hours for do no do, boom, boom. I'm doing the math like, but we ain't got no money to wait. We in here, shoot, we didn't get it done.
Oh my gosh. Yo, I gotta say some of my favorite lines from the song, really. Because when I first heard the song, for me, it's that trusted individual who you can go to get away from the monotony.
Come on,
that
man.
is work. And I haven't had that for some time now. And it is draining. Because when you have that person who you could just like, let your hair down. Now you let your hair down some, but when I'll just say some of the lines though, you know what I mean? At the staff meetings, we make eye contact. We got inside jokes. No one else gets that. Come on now.
Come on now. Come on now.
That's real. That definitely resonated with me because the craziest thing is with Zoom now, it's like I gotta rely on other ways to do the eye contact now. So it's sort of hard. But then, you know, when we do these type of share screen things, like I know I'm probably like everybody's seeing my eyes go to the left, like look.
Right.
So that's real.
My work wife will text me and be like, "Fix your face." I'd be on Zoom like, "What we doing?"
But then that takes it to the other line. Get our text chat up so we can meet about the meat, but we really talking about where we going to eat.
It's the most important conversation. Where is lunch, bro?
Woo! Woo!
Where we eating at? What you feeling like?
I think work besties are the most important at like the external events because you start planning other stuff and it turns into like you're back in college or you're back in. So like to go to a conference or a work meeting or off-site with your work bestie in tow is always great because it turns into, so what we doing tonight? And you're not going to do too much because you're old, but
right.
What you're doing tonight could literally be somebody like on their phones trying to figure out what restaurant we're going to eat at or where we're getting drinks from.
That's it.
And it's just, you're right. Like without, I can be real with you. Like, I think, you know, my current job, I definitely have a work bestie and it just makes it so much better, especially with the times we have going on. Like, I don't know how many ethics and cultural outreach programs y'all have had to witness or be a part of. But it is always great to have that best friend, like, and you like, are they serious?
Right. And that's really my favorite line of the song is towards the second verse, the last part is you're my mentor and moral work support.
Yeah.
Like, people understand that how important it is.
Yes.
And I also love the championing that you talk about. The fact that you have the word best friend when you lie, you looking good today, stuff like that. Yeah. And that stuff really does matter.
It does.
Because a lot of times you don't have that person that's going to even notice. I'll be real with you. Like, you know, you working with people of color when someone like, man, you got a new fade, you got a lineup. And you like, yes, I did. Yes.
Yes.
Man, you can
like,
just
no one else is gonna notice that unless they are about the culture or you know what I'm saying? Like I remember seeing a young lady in the office the other day at one of my client site, and I noticed her shoe. I mean, some shoe, and she looked back at me like, yes.
You made her day. You made her day.
Yes, you did. You changed a young lady's life.
Yes. Yes, these aren't. Yes, they are new. I mean, they dope with the out. I mean, they dope with the.
She needed it. She needed it. She laid down.
I'm about to start up from slapping somebody upside the head.
You did. You saved somebody's life. Yeah. Put that on your resume. You a lifesaver. Real talk.
Oh man.
I love the song. I love. So what is your goals for the song though?
I mean, for me, like it's the same thing with Hill Story. Like, you know, I really don't have. I know a lot of people like you trying to monetize. I'm really not because you know it is a parody of the Sweetie and Doja Cat song. So what it has inspired me to do is with TJ, the producer, is to actually make my own songs. So what I want to move towards doing now is making a work album. You know, songs that are like Work Bestie for all professionals. And then also I want to make a hip hop history album for, I say young adults, but then I realized how many grown people have, you know, listened to, you know, every once in a while on His Story, I will do like just a historical, you know, tidbit, you know, 2-3 minutes on it, some historical occurrence. I realize how many adults learn from it as well. So I want to do a hip hop history album for whoever would like to, you know, listen to and learn some history through that. Because I realize that social studies is not a lot of people's favorite subjects. I even tell my students that the first day of class, like, I know you probably hate history class. You probably said in social studies classes and been bored to death. My mission is to change that and really get them into thinking differently about history. So, because it is so important to understand where we've been, to see where we've gone, and how this stuff really is interconnected. So that is my goal, to create a hip hop history album and a work album. And so, yeah.
I can't wait for it.
You know, Frito, do you remember our never released work hip hop album? Do you remember what we were calling ourselves?
Hey,
Yo, I remember the title of the album was going to be 401k, planning for retirement. That was the title of the album.
where it at? The people need it.
We'll call ourselves PTO.
PTO, we will call ourselves PTO.
The people need that.
We're sending ourselves
They
straight
need it.
candy bars versus through the email.
We would email each other our bars. They're like, yo, I got the line. I got the line.
The people need that.
I blame TM 101.
Listen,
they had us thinking we could rap.
So when I get the album, when I start making the album, what is y'all gonna feature?
Yeah, well, PTO will make a guest feature on.
I'll ask your boy. I got some bars.
The people need it.
I got 16. I can give you 16.
The people need it. The people need. When I send y'all the track, don't ignore my email.
No, we got you. We got you. We got you.
All right.
Whoa. Okay. The real discussion that we all are here for. Real discussion. You know, I saw this post on Facebook. I tagged Willie, and he automatically thought you needed to be in this discussion. And I agreed. Reason being,
come on now.
For me, you are the queen of crunk, and that discussion is
Meister.
Wipe Me Down versus Nuck If You Buck. When I first saw that, I was like, can you really put them versus each other? Reason being, I felt like Wipe Me Down is sort of like a celebratory song. You know what I mean? You can either pre-party with it, or you kind of like, I just say a congratulatory song. Or, you dressing up your best fit, you about to head up on the town tonight, you stunned. So you just like, life is good. Wipe me down, and your partners celebrating with you with your best fit. Nuck if you buck. Start to swing some things. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get the thoughts on you two about the songs versus each other. Miss Hill, since you are our guest, what are your thoughts?
Well, I will say both selections are necessary for the group dynamic. You show up to the club with your squad, right? And Wipe Me Down, it's almost, what am I trying to say? It's really a testimony, I remember when somebody said, this really a Negro spiritual, they wrote down the lyrics, and I was like, they right. You pull up to the club, VIP, gas tank on E, but all drinks on me. And then but Lord. Praise his name. Come on now. Because he'll make a way. He'll make a way. So as you said, it is a celebratory track, just celebrating life. But it ain't right unless you with the squad and you wiping each other's shoulder, chair, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really need that, you know what I'm saying? And then Boosie come in, you know what I'm saying? And if you not spelling out your name, are you really crunk? I mean, really. Come on now. And then where we end the track, with the alliteration, like, if you're not rapping that last verse, I mean, do you know the song? So at the end of the day, that Wipe Me Down, it does, you know, you need the whole group involved. You need the choreography, you know, wiping, boom, boom, tunes, you know. And so that is, like you said, it is a celebratory track. And you need that, you know what I'm saying? Because you really, the party ain't started till you didn't wipe them down. About, you know what I'm saying? You know, when I go to clubs and I don't hear that lounges, whatever party setting, and I don't hear that Wipe Me Down, the DJ is trash. I've already made a decision. I made a decision. And so it is a necessary proponent to any celebration. It is. Knock If You Buck, on the other hand, it's just unmitigated crunkiness. Listen, I'm ready to take my shoes off. I don't need you standing too close, as they say. Don't be too close. I'm throwing bows. I'm throwing bows. Okay? When it take me and Robin Reed, my little cousin, get on that Knock If You Buck, because we are singing every lyric. Do you hear me? That song, I know every word. Well, I know every word to both of those selections, honestly. But Knock If You Buck is a sing-along. It's a sing-along. Everybody need to know the lyrics, you know. And if you don't know the lyric, make it up. Everybody singing when Knock If You Buck come on. I don't know if they singing the right stuff. Everybody got their mouth open though, okay? And everybody throwing a bowl. And what I like about Knock If You Buck is you don't care what you look like doing it either. I don't care. The classiest young lady is sweating out her edges. Heels are off. Standing on these folks' furniture. Knock If You Buck, it just bring out that character in you. So for me, they're both necessary selections to the culture, to any party, but for two different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Wipe Me Down, really get the party started. It is testimony to how you got here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the squad. You're looking like something, you're doing something. Knock If You Buck, still shout out to the squad, letting these folk know that I go to war about whoever in the circle throwing the bowls with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just about a good time, because I don't care that my wig may be on the floor and I want earring down, because it Knock If You Buck, you know what I'm saying? If you I mean, really, and it really bring that gangster out of you too.
Well, see, now that you say that, and Willie, I'm gonna let you chime in, but right before you do, I felt like that Diamond and Princess part, it allowed the prissiest of the prissiest female to just let her hair down and join in on a predominantly male-dominated like genre, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, like, Knock If You Buck really opened the doors for women to run around the club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really, like, them young ladies really some pioneers of just women throwing drinks at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously.
Not paying to get it VIP.
Yeah.
Cussing out security.
Standing on these folk tables, standing on these folk fine furniture. It really opened the door for the ladies to do that. Yeah. You might catch a Bud Light to your doggone cranium thrown by a young lady.
Oh my God.
You bring it out at you.
Yo, Willie, man, what's your thoughts, dog?
I definitely agree that they're two sides of a coin. I'm all about lineage when I think of hip hop. So
okay.
I'm all about lineage. So when I think of Wipe Me Down, what Wipe Me Down did was, and I'll compare it to his cousin Walk It Out. And I say they're cousins because they are literally dance songs. Like, they're literally are dance songs. But what makes them so great is the fact that I care what you're saying in the dance song. Compare it to Tootsie Roll. Like, Tootsie Roll dominated when we were in middle school and elementary school.
That's true.
But the lyrics weren't that great. You know, you really just care for them to, go to the left, and dip, shout it, dip. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Wipe Me Down, even though it's being interrupted by really a dance part, you know what I'm saying? Shoulder, chest, pants, shoe, it's being interrupted by incredible lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no, I'm not saying anybody is nosing it or up. What I'm trying to say is that everybody knows, you know, is excited about, you know, Famous Like a Ninja Turtle.
Boy, what? Yeah, absolutely.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody loves that. Everybody loves that. I don't know what the hell we'll be talking about.
That's this
top, bot, stop. You know what I'm saying? No battle.
Drop, top, drop, stop. Oh, drop it like it high. Yeah. On the Wipe Me Down.
You know what I'm saying? Just be careful how you touch my chest.
Wipe me down.
So you got that lineage of dance songs. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the history on the other side of crunk. And what I really like about, you know, I think we've had to talk about that there's Atlanta crunk and there's Memphis crunk. Memphis crunk is 3 6 Mafia, Gangsta Pat, Project Pat, Player Fly, where it was crunk, but a fight might happen.
Yeah.
Whereas Little John in Atlanta crunk, you know, Yin Yang, Franchise Boys, it was more crunk about partying. So yeah, Lil Jon will still tell you like who you with, you can get knocked out, but it's more fun.
Yeah.
The celebration of let me get a drink, I'm in the club, da. I love this song because even though it's performed by Atlanta artists, it is essentially a Memphis crunk song. And so that's one thing I appreciate about this song is that it really melded the worlds where it's an Atlanta group, but it's Memphis crunk. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I really love about it. And you guys have already said this, but I love the fact that the two best verses are about the women. I love it.
True.
I love it.
They are.
I think one of the biggest disappointments about the song, and I don't know why, I have no idea why Princess and Diamond are stars. Are bigger stars than what they are. I felt when I heard that, and then I heard stilettos in the club right afterwards. It was like Crown Mob is over. I remember being with my friends, being like, "Well, that's in the Crown Mob." Like that's what I thought was about to happen. I was like, "Well, that's in the Crown Mob because Diamond and Princess are the stars of the group."
Right.
And so I just knew they were going to be this dynamic duo. And there was a lane there for them, in my opinion, because I was like, I didn't think that lane, you know, Cardi has that role now, which is weird, but I felt like Diamond, I really feel like Diamond and Princess could have been Cardi before Cardi. I really do believe it. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely could have been City Girl.
Yeah, definitely could have been City Girl.
Most definitely.
Yeah, maybe that's a battle. But but no, just the City Girls, I don't feel that aggression in City Girls the way I feel it from Diamond.
No, and they not lyricists, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Diamond and Princess were rapping.
Yeah.
Like, they carried that song in a lot of ways. Like, I was like, wow. So, and you haven't been nowhere until you see the goddamn black women when you know Osama bin Laden gets shotted out. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, listen.
And if you ain't got no shaking your dreads, if you ain't got no dreads to shake, are you living right? Like,
right,
you know,
listen.
So the one thing though that I think I know the answer to this question, but it's amazing. I always feel that these two songs get shouted out, but there is a third song that I think is equally as important.
Okay.
I'm going to ask y'all why it is not. I feel like there's 3 songs that have to get played. I believe there's 3 songs. I definitely believe that Lucky You Buck got to get played.
Okay.
I also believe the Wipe Me Down got to be there. But there is a third song that if it is not played, but the difference in this song is you don't want to hear the whole song. Swag Surfing.
Oh yeah.
By who sang who? So this is why I feel like it is the most disappointing thing about this song, because I almost said Walk It Out. I feel like Walk It Out is in the next tier below this song, these 3 songs.
Yeah.
But swag surfing has to get played. Flag surfing got played twice at my wedding.
Yeah, it's necessary.
And the dance floor was full both times.
Yeah.
Some of my white friends were trying to swag surf with us, and they had a good time.
Oh yeah.
But why hasn't that song not been shot to the echelon of those two songs? Even though it gets played as much, but I bet 99% of people don't even know who the performers of that song are. So I'm gonna ask y'all that question.
Do you have?
I mean, once again, it's just about the chorus. It's only
The lyrics suck.
Yeah, don't say it ain't no lyricism.
There's no lyricism.
Yeah, nobody. I bet more people don't even know the words to the song. I know the word of every song. I bet more people don't know the words to the song.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a song that people. I think the only time you say is I'm throwing money up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On Ralph Lauren's Mascot. I think that's the only lines I really, really, really know of the song.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because, yes, I think you're right. The lyrics aren't that. I don't remember the lyrics.
There's no personality to the lyrics either.
Yeah. But it's one of those few songs where like the buildup is almost just as important because in the buildup, as soon as it plays, you looking at so-and-so, everybody looking at each other, you know what to do?
Yeah.
You know what to do? All right, let's link up like Transformers and make this thing happen. And it's just kind of like a lift every voice moment where you just arm in arm with everybody and just swag surfing together. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to my soul where you just see a whole.
It does.
Yeah.
A whole football stadium sometimes getting together.
Yeah.
Swag surfing.
Yeah.
And then just like that, it plays and it's done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, I don't ever want to get past the second chorus. Like when people get to the third verse, I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
But I feel like that was a dropped opportunity by whoever. There should have been a remix to that. I'm going to keep saying that.
I definitely
should have got a phone call. I don't understand how that didn't happen.
I don't think they knew it was going to be that big. You know, that was a real young cat, FLY.
Yeah.
Real young.
What's it? Fly?
FLY, they were fly, but they were.
Yeah, but I know the Y stood for youngsters. I don't even know what the acronym stand for. It's something youngsters.
Fast. I don't know.
Might be fast living youngsters. I think it's fast living youngsters.
Yeah. But they was also at that time where like rich kids would be. It was a bunch of young.
Doing the jerk and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't really think they knew it was gonna be that big because it wasn't that
Thank you,
big.
Leg.
Yeah. Everybody was just trying to put out their dance track real quick. You know what I'm saying? We were leaning and you know, motorcycling and you know, young jogging, whatever. It was just so many dance moving this. Yeah, we were hitting them with the flag, baby. Come on now. Y'all don't remember that bird, man. I hit that jump the other day.
Is that Soulja Boy?
Oh yeah, watch me hit that bird. You know, Soulja Boy a real track. Listen, I know I'm finna get out such. Soulja Boy had a real track that everybody just didn't get into. But I heard it about.
Cause I got a track. What track it is?
I heard it 3 weeks ago, y'all. And me and Robin had a whole concert in the house. That shootout.
I remember shootout.
Why me get on shootout, boy? I said, boy, that really didn't take off the way it needed to. But they need to drop that stuff today. But yeah, I don't think they knew it was gonna be that big. And so it's not the same. Like I would put in the second tier of crunk songs. But I don't think it's at the same level. White Man.
So you think it's in the Walk It Out tier?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Because the first two songs you could play from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And everybody singing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's true.
The thing about Look If You Buck is, I just started appreciating that last verse. My boy really was speaking in that last verse.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll be ready to fight. Now, I'm like, shoot, my boy really saying something in that last verse. Ain't never been no lame.
No, he hasn't.
Boy, listen. Ain't never been no. Same. Boy, what? I felt him. My boy was testifying in that man.
That was a great era of music. Like, real with you. Like, that was it's crazy because now all these people like, Scrappy, all them, like they on like these reality shows now. But that was a great time.
I have to tell my student that they were like, oh, they think all of these people are like nobodies. I'm like, let me tell you something. Lil Scrappy held down 2003 through 2008. Don't be disrespectful.
He was the Prince of Crunk.
He was.
Like, listen.
Get on my level.
No, I tell people all the time, 50 Cent grabbed up Lil Scrappy to do a 50-50 with Lil Jon. That's how big Lil Scrappy was. Like 50 Cent.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, I just don't understand what happened, really. I don't understand what happened. I don't know. I think he just got eclipsed by, because I think he was the leader of that class. And then very quickly we were like, yeah, T.I. and Jeezy are better. And so I think that's what ended up happening, was they were like, wait a minute. We got T.I. and Jeezy and Ross and Yo Gotti. The appeal of Yo Gotti is always interesting to me. But like, I just feel like he just got lost behind. And all of them are better MCs than Scrappy too. I got to keep it real. They're better MCs than Scrappy. Like, he can't out rap Jeezy and T.I. or Ross. So he just got left behind. But
yeah, I mean, when it comes to the lyricism, people who are real hip hop heads like yourself, I would say that might have been problematic. But I really don't know what it was, because he was making dance music. It's some people that just want to dance.
Maybe okay.
He made dance music, so I don't know if
any crunk artists. But let's keep it real here. Do any crunk artists? I don't count Lil Jon, because Lil Jon is not just an artist; he's a producer. He controls everything. Does any crunk artist or dance artist have a catalog?
No. That's the crunk music was just that time. It was just that, the early 2000s, and so I just think he just died with the time. That just was what it was.
I feel like Walker brought it back.
But he died with the time too.
Yeah. Because Walker became a star quick.
Because he went to EDM after that. You know what I'm saying?
He's doing EDM now?
He was doing EDM after he did that little crunk era, or that little post-crunk era.
Yeah.
He started doing EDM.
I can see that translating over. I can see that translating.
That's the thing, like, he evolved, whereas maybe the others did not. And so they kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah, Scrappy was still trying to make that same type of music. I mean, same thing while Princess and Diamond didn't really take out too. I just feel like they were crunk artists, and they're not the only women during that time that didn't take off. Like, people say they want to say, but Rashida.
Oh yeah, Rashida was dope.
Boy,
Rashida.
what?
Rashida.
I remember we went to concert to see Rashida. Like, now we like, oh, she don't love. We went to a concert to see her.
It was amazing because we really thought she was the female Pastor Troy, and she was legit.
Right.
Like, I felt like it did. I mean, and I'm gonna keep it real. She had a good look about her. She didn't look like how her voice sounded. She's like, "That's Rashida."
Yeah, she was crunk now.
Yeah. I feel like I gotta throw in LeChat and Gangsta Boo.
Oh yeah, don't say they died with the time.
On the legend side of things, they're older, but
but still, it was the same time.
It was the same time.
It was the late 90s, early 2000 to about 2010. Like, those women coexisted, and that was just a crunk era, and the era died. So it just
You're right. It was. You're right. Man.
Before we sign off, I gotta share a crunk moment with y'all.
Okay.
It was all of us. It was the guys' trip in Atlanta. And Miss Hill joined us.
At Lucky Lounge.
Oh, God.
It wasn't Lucky Lounge.
Sweet.
Well, and what it was?
It's called a Sweet, but it started off at Lucky Lounge.
So it started off Lucky Lounge, but it was Sweet, right?
Yeah, it's called a Sweet Lounge now.
The Sweet Lounge. You know what I'm saying?
On Lucky Street.
And oh boy, so it may have been so here we are. We got a a spot, didn't we, for all of us?
It was a VIP situation.
Y'all had the VIP on the stage. Come on, engineers.
That's a whole nother story. None of us knew we'd pay for that.
We got there, you invited me and my friends there, and you're like, oh, we got a section. And we get there, we were like, you have the section.
Frito, I'll let you tell your story. Frito, I'll let you tell your story, but I gotta give a precursor to that for after you finish.
So first of all, I wasn't talking about that one. Y'all rekindled some memories with that one.
Oh, you talk about the Friday night, Keisha. Remember we went to that place in Buckhead?
Rose Bar.
That's what we
get. Rose Bar, yes. So here we are at the Rose Bar. We got another section that I was not expecting. You know what I mean? And so we all jamming and stuff like that. And here comes all of 6'1" Keisha in heels with her wide leg pants. You know what I mean? Stun on them. And you know, of course, in pure dominant princess form, when it came to getting crump, she threw down. I'm like all in your face, pointing at you. Bomb.
Like the whole club was looking at us because we looked hella weird because we had this VIP with nothing but some dudes, 35-year-old. We looked hella odd. We looked so odd, and then all of a sudden you come in, and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, maybe they are okay. Maybe those dudes are cool."
Bringing the crump, man.
But part two of that was that Saturday night at what was Lucky Lounge. Our homeboy, you know, we get into the club and stuff like that. So we thought this was just going to be a normal, excuse me, let me not drop my drink on you, general admission club section that we're going to be in. When we get there, they direct us to the front stage of the club.
Yes.
Now, granted, if we were some like bottle popping guys, we would have been like, bet, let's do this thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, look at us. But we were like mid-30s, like corporate guys. For me, it felt uncomfortable.
We scared. Me and Frito try to make sure we ain't gonna break dress code when you walk in. What shoes you wearing and shit?
It was. It really was.
Oh my God. So yeah, it was kind of uncomfortable for me. I'm just like, oh snap, you know, this is a little bit too much heat for your boy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So it was just a little bit, it was interesting because I didn't know that we were.
It's not like we pulled up and so we Ubered to get over there. Like, it was weird.
Really?
So just want to share some crunk moments. I think, Willie, you have something to share about that.
No, what you just said, like the
you remember Buddy tried to challenge me with the dance and I had to jump off stage on him?
Yeah, you did. You did dance battle.
What happened?
You remember when dude was doing, you know, Florida music came on, y'all was all crunk, you know what I'm saying? And then a dude in the crowd, like, was trying to challenge the stage, and I had to jump down there. I don't know. My friend still got the video. Chantel likes to share that with me ever so often. Be like, you remember when you jumped off the stage? Buddy wanted to smoke, and I was here for it. I'm here for it, bro. What we doing?
The funny thing is that a lot of my friends hadn't seen Keisha since she visited me when I was in college. So they still remember her for being like 17, 18 years old. So you know about like darn near 15 years ago. So like when Keisha showed up, they're like, who's that? Like, that's Keisha.
They weren't ready for the yeet. They weren't ready for that. No, they weren't ready for that. You're not gonna challenge me in this establishment. You're not doing that.
And I think he bowed down to you if I wasn't
there. Yeah. He knew what it was. Absolutely.
Keisha, more people want to learn more about about you, Hill Store, and professional development, and some of your other. Of course, we're gonna put the links up, but any more information about you that you would like these folks to know? Oh, and your new single, information about your new single as well.
Yeah, so the new single is called Work Bestie. It is on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Apple Music. I'm a YouTube music person myself. You know, I like to give my students employment. So video dropping soon. One of my students videoed it and edited it. Me and my coworkers just really adding up. So I'm excited about that. And shout out to all my work friends, my work bestie, Chrissy, my work wife, Chrissy, and all my work friends that were a part of the endeavor. And really my work friends are even why I'm on social media, because they always laughing at what I said. And they were like, you need to start recording this stuff. So that's why I even started Hill Store in the first place, because they be laughing when I be serious. So I'm like, okay. So you can follow me at Hill_story on Instagram. It's just Hill Story on Facebook. Follow Ashley Powell, Robin Reed, and myself at Unprofessional Development, one word, Unprofessional Development, on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, so, you know, we have all the information there. And yeah, I'm just excited for what's to come. And Classic Couture is coming soon with me and Kristen. We're working on that, but it'll all be under Hill_story on Instagram. All the information will be there.
Man.
Awesome, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you guys.
appreciate it. You know, you were a wonderful first guest on the
Yes,
Frito and Willie
yeah,
show.
you are the first guest on our podcast.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, Willie, you got anything else that you want to say?
Oh man, just I mean, I am, you know, constantly in awe of this incredible person, and so glad that you're our first guest. This definitely will not be the last time you're on the pod, of course, and we look forward to future collaboration.
Bet that up.
Thank you, broski. Guys, love you guys.
Yo, everyone, please like, subscribe, comment. We greatly appreciate it. Please follow Miss Hill. All of the information will be on the screen. And with that, we out. Peace.
Bye, guys.